Welcome back to Good Day State Line. Sarah from Dady Law is back with us tonight. We're going to be talking about myth and fact. You're going to quiz me again.
We are going to talk about immigration myth and facts.
Perfect.
Which is perfect because Thanksgiving is the original immigrant holiday.
Is
right?
it your favorite holiday?
4th of July is my favorite holiday. But Thanksgiving is a very close second.
That makes sense. Yeah, I know. When I was like, oh, they never let me see any details when you come in because you're trying to stump me. But I was like, what are we talking about? And I was like,
yeah, I'll try not to give away the answers again.
Immigration is kind of related to, well, no, totally related to Thanksgiving.
Absolutely it is. We had the European immigrants coming over, and the Native Americans welcomed them, and they celebrated together, recognizing that our differences don't necessarily have to keep us apart.
Yeah.
And that's a good message.
That is a good message, and I feel like you don't want to reveal any of the answers like that one time. What did you tell me? Amy Adams is from Italy, and then we started
yes.
the quiz. Okay.
I gave away the answer before we started the game.
All right, so let's start the quiz. You can bring the question up, and Sarah can read it for me. Go ahead.
Okay, myth or fact? 100 million people have immigrated to the U.S. since its founding.
I want to say it's more than that. Is it a myth?
It is a fact.
Oh, it's like one of the first ones I got wrong.
Now, it is true that the U.S. government didn't start keeping good records on this until 1820.
Okay.
But it's estimated between 1783 and to present, about 100 million people have immigrated to the United States.
When you said 1820, you made me sing the Pilgrim song in my head, but that's 1620.
That's right.
I'm like, I was like, wait. No, that's 1620. Okay. All right, next question, please.
Myth or fact? The U.S. has experienced its slowest population growth over the last 10 years.
I'm going to go with fact on this.
That is a fact. Okay. You are correct. So with declining birth rates, increasing mortality rates, and reduced immigration rates, we're experiencing our slowest population growth. The Census Bureau had projected between 2017 and 2019, we would receive 1.4 million immigrants to the U.S., but it was only 400,000.
That's a lot less.
So 1 million fewer immigrants came to the United States in that 2-year period.
So what percentage of that, like what do you think it should have been? It should have been higher,
It should have been 1.4 million, but it was only 400,000.
And a lot of that is probably due to some of the things we've been talking about since we met.
Yes, and then last year, the anticipated immigration rate was about half as much as we anticipated as well. So between those three factors, we have fewer people in the United States.
And we want there to be more, right?
Well, that's the next question.
Sorry, next question.
The U.S., myth or fact, the U.S. doesn't need more immigrants.
I'm gonna have to say this is a myth.
You would be correct.
Okay. We need them.
So, the United States, we have the world's largest economy.
Yeah.
And to keep that growing and coming out of COVID year, right? We need more people. We have a labor shortage.
Yes.
Immigrants have always complemented the U.S. workforce. Immigrants tend to come to the U.S. when they're between the ages of 20 and 30, which is prime working age.
I know, I'm over that. That's why I'm so tired.
If we really want to meet our economic demands, we need more immigrants coming to the United States.
And you know everything about this. Like, we've talked about this forever. Is that the last question?
That was the last question.
I felt like it was, but like I'm always flying without a guide during your segments because they don't want me to cheat, and I don't like to cheat. So
well, that's good. That's good. Good moral character.
Yes. I like to win, so you can't win if you cheat, right? So Sarah, as we said, we want more immigrants, and do we have any update on some of those acts that we talked about earlier in this year? We talked about some of those things waiting for us in Congress.
I was so optimistic this summer. It seemed like we would really get some movement, have some reasonable reforms to meet our economic and security and family reunification needs through Congress. But I'm sad to say no. I don't think that we're going to get anything substantive, which is too bad because we need more people.
Sure.
And we need to give people a right way to come.
Right. Because that's fair. And that's
That would
not
be
cheating.
fair. That would be reasonable,
That's
but
right.
we lack a lot of reason in Washington, D.C. So.
All right, Sarah, where can we get in touch with you if somebody needs your help or just wants to chat?
You can find me at dadylawgroup.com. That's
Perfect.
dadylawgroup.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks,
Happy
Michelle.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
When we come back, it's Bygone Brand Throwback Thursday, and we're prepping you for a stroll on state. Don't go anywhere.
The preceding segment was sponsored by Dady Law Group, LLC,